Very exciting time, man. It's game week here at Mizzou, so everybody's excited. It's been a long time since January the 27th when we had our first meeting. And going through spring, training camp, even when you go back and look at our morning conditioning workout. So it seemed like it was light years ago, but now we're here. And everybody's excited to go against a new opponent, and that opponent is Central Michigan. They're a pretty good football team, well coached. When you look at some of the guys that have left up front with their offensive line, they're still pretty good. Those guys are solid. And they have a veteran leadership up there with Kimbrough, the center, who directs everything from a standpoint of protections and getting everybody in the right position. They lost a dynamic running back who I thought had definitely NFL potential, but they're not going to miss a beat. When you look at Nichols, number 7, I think it's Bracey, 24. I think he's going to be 2 this year. Those guys are very capable of running the football and making some things happen. Pimpleton, 88, he's a game changer. So we're going to have our hands full, without a doubt. So we got to come ready to play. We got to be disciplined in things that we're doing. Assignment execution is going to be key for us, and fundamentals and technique, everything that we've been preaching. And I don't know exactly who's going to be at quarterback. They have some experience coming back, and then they have the transfer, the young man coming from Washington. So it doesn't matter who's back there. That offense is going to be efficient. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Steve, I know obviously you didn't coach when the two guys were on offense, but how unusual is it to have guys like Sean and Chris that have been able not only to make that transition to the other side of the ball, but to put themselves in position to be playing for you this year?
I think it's good. I think when you look at their expertise on that side of the ball, it's a plus when you come on the defensive side, because they understand a lot of the things that the offensive players are trying to do. So they have progressed throughout the spring, throughout training camp, and they have positioned themselves to really help us win a lot of football games this year. I can't wait to see those two guys play.
This will be your first game in a while. What did you miss most not coaching last year, just the game day part of it all?
I think everybody sort of missed the game day excitement with the fans, the atmosphere, and I've heard nothing but great things about SEC, football on Saturday, the fans, the tailgating. So just to get back on the sideline and have our fans back in Faroe Field is going to be exciting for us and the players. I can't wait. I'm excited. Again, I think it's just going to be fun for everybody just to be able to get back to some normalcy and just to be able to see the fans and the tailgating coming in with, the Tiger Walk and, pregame, having guys in the stands, and it's exciting. So we're looking to try to put on a great show and start this season off the right way.
What do you need to see from your defense? What do you look for?
I think every coach is just looking for, sound football. I think when you have the first game, as you guys probably saw last week, just a lot of mistakes, not playing smart, doing different things. And I think you got to, you can't beat yourselves. It's hard enough to win on Saturdays. And the one thing you can't do is beat yourself. So we got to execute fundamentals and technique, as I just mentioned, and just play sound football. Tackling is always a key in that first game. We got to be great tacklers, and it's not just going to be the first guy. We got to have, 11 guys getting to that football.
In the past, you've had preceding games to sort this out. Is there sort of a kind of a fear of the unknown going into a season opener without having seen these guys?
I definitely think it's the unknown. I really don't like to use the word fear because, when you have the proper preparation, that eliminates fear. And we're trying to do everything we can to prepare these guys the right way so when they step on the field, they're very confident.
You mentioned Pimpleton. I mean, I know he's a guy that gets the ball in a lot of different ways. Is he one of these guys that the first thing you got to do is kind of identify where he's going to be? Do they move him around a lot?
They move him around quite a bit, and I think, always we talk about this all the time. The formation is talking to us. We got to listen with our eyes. So we got to identify where certain guys are aligned within the formation. He is definitely one. He is a game changer when he gets the ball in his hands. So it's very important that everybody on the defense know where he's aligned.
Without preseason game, what is the barometer for knowing how ready the defense is?
somebody already mentioned the unknown. You don't know, so it's just always constantly talking about and preaching the fundamentals and technique of the game, because that's what really shows up, or lack of, in that first game. So, staying in your gap. We always talk about using our weapons: eyes, hands, hips, and feet. Locking out, shedding. We got to do a great job of protecting the perimeter of the defense, setting edges. They do a great job of really trying to get outside with their jet sweeps and, all the things that they do for us, trying to get to the perimeter of the defense. So that's going to be the main thing for us.
Steve, it said on the depth chart that there were two traditional corners, two traditional safeties, and then maybe a nickel defensive back. I know from the traditional curtain so far, but what is it about that position that you like to use, and what is it about Chris and I guess both Chris's, and Sheeran, that make them right for that position?
I just think it's the versatility that we use within the scheme at that position. You have to, be a great cover guy as much as they try to spread you out, and those guys having corner skills it helps them out. And then also just that ability to be able to blitz off the edge. We do a lot of rotation and doing certain things within the coverage. So, just having that skill set to be able to play out in space is huge.
When you took that year off, you sort of mentioned, I think back then, that you were going to look at college trends and NFL trends, and you're sort of learning the game. I'm curious what you learned from that year off about the college game, and sort of implementing that.
Well, one, I learned that they got crazy formations, and a lot of these formations are illegal in the NFL. So just identifying, who's eligible and who's dead, who's not, who can go out. And sometimes the tempo is so fast that that's the reason why they do it, to allow you not to be able to see it. So again, just recognizing all the different sets and just trying to get our guys in the best position so they can play fast.
What kind of preseason of the two cornerback transfers both of them have helped Green and
I think they progress well. When you look at getting here in the summer and then not really having the opportunity to go through spring, you can tell right now they're just really grasping and picking up the defense with everything that we're doing. But I'm very pleased with where they are. I think they're going to be a great addition, as I said before, and they're going to help us win a lot of football games. So I'm excited that they're here.
Coach, you talked about proper preparation. Just coming into the season, talk to me a little bit about the dedication, the investment that your defense has put into learning the scheme that you're implementing.
Well, when you look back in the spring, we created different, we put guys on bus. We read the Energy Bus book, and we had different guys as the bus drivers, their captains, and we drafted players on their bus. So we had D linemen, linebackers, and DBs. And what they really did throughout the whole spring and summer, they taught each other the defense. The defensive line was teaching the DBs their responsibilities up front, and the DBs were also teaching the D-line. So it was amazing to get a defensive lineman up there and tell him to go through the adjustments on the board, and he knew exactly what the defense backs were supposed to be doing on certain adjustments. So that's one thing that I'm very proud of. They took the initiative to really teach and learn from one another. So that's been the key thing with us, and just the mere fact that they went out a lot of times on the weekend on their own, and really went through their own walkthrough. So they've shown a lot of dedication, and now we're here, and we're ready to go play.
Anything else for Coach?
As a coordinator, do you like coaching on the field, or do you have to bus?
I'll be on the field right now, but, I think it's just, your genre and really trying to see exactly what's best for you. I'm a little aggressive at times, so sometimes probably the box is the best place for me, but we'll see how it goes the first game.